My cousin lied about taking care of our grandpa, so I let everyone know what he really did. When my grandpa got sick, our family promised to take turns helping him. He was stubborn and didn't want a nurse, so we tried to make it work. My cousin, Mark, volunteered to move in with him for as long as it takes. Everyone called him selfless. My mom even said, "You should be more like Mark." At first, it seemed fine. Mark would send pictures of Grandpa smiling, post little updates on Facebook about Family First, and tell everyone how much work it was. I checked in occasionally and offered to help, but he always said he had it covered. Then Grandpa passed away. Peacefully, Mark said. At the funeral, Mark talked about how hard it had been caring for Grandpa 24/7. He cried in front of everyone, and people kept hugging him, saying he was a hero. I wanted to believe him. A week later, I went to Grandpa's house to help clean out his things. That's when I started noticing things that didn't add up. The fridge was nearly empty except for takeout boxes. Grandpa's medication organizer was still full the last 2 weeks untouched. His laundry basket was overflowing. And in his room, the bed sheets were dirty, like they hadn't been changed in a long time. I tried to convince myself Mark had just been overwhelmed. But then I found a stack of unopened mail bills, mostly. And among them, several notices from the bank. Withdrawals, each for several $100s, all from Grandpa's account. All signed by Mark. It turned out Grandpa had added Mark's name to the account for convenience, just in case of emergencies. Apparently, those emergencies included a new TV, a gaming chair, and 2 weekends at a resort upstate. I didn't tell Mark right away. I wanted to be sure. I requested a copy of the account activity from the bank, pretending I was sorting through estate paperwork. The withdrawals lined up perfectly with the dates Mark had been taking care of Grandpa. When I confronted him, he acted offended. Said Grandpa wanted him to have the money for helping so much. But the thing is, Grandpa was old-fashioned about finances. He wrote everything down. I checked his old notebook, and sure enough, not a single note about giving Mark money. So I did what he did, I made it public. At the next family gathering, when everyone was talking about how wonderful Mark had been, I asked if they wanted to see something interesting. I passed around the bank statements and the medication organizer I'd kept. You could feel the air leave the room. Mark turned red, stammering that I was twisting things, that I was jealous. No one bought it. A few weeks later, the family met again to discuss Grandpa's estate. Mark wasn't invited. He eventually paid back part of what he took after an uncle threatened to take him to small claims court. We don't talk now. I don't think we ever will. It wasn't about the money for me. It was about the fact that someone turned caring for an old man into a photo opportunity. Grandpa deserved dignity, not exploitation. Mark got his attention in the end, just not the kind he wanted.